still expecting Tony Woods to be able to play?
With all the dancing he was doing the other day at the game, yeah, I think he should be ready to go. So I'm hoping so. He still a little sore, but we don't play till Thursday, so I think he should be ready to go.
What will you have him do today in the morning?
I'm sorry?
What will you have him do today?
Him? We'll just see how it feels, Bob. I hope he can go a little bit. So we'll just see how it feels, and talked to Clay this morning, and I think he'll be ready to go here. So just kind of bring him along slowly.
With all the new pieces that you've incorporated this year, transfers have come in, and does it make it even more satisfying for you as a coach to see how it's sort of all come together?
Well, I think, as we've talked about before, I think the landscape of college basketball has kind of changed, especially at this level, with guys coming and going, transfers, and guys wanting to go to the NBA and overseas early, that you're going to see a lot of programs where, you're kind of putting it together, and then you have a situation like ours where, we're still trying to put fingers in the dike and bail water and still try to get the ship headed in the right direction. So, no, I mean, to answer your question, it doesn't give me any more satisfaction. I'm happy for the guys. I'm happy for DeVoe that he can come here and have the kind of year he's had, and Olu and Tony's been great. They've all been great to work with, so from my perspective, that's what I look for, just guys that want to be here for however long we have them, that want to be part of the team and want to work with us, because those guys have been great to work with.
You speak to Carlos, just what he's been able to do the last month, earning more minutes and really providing something pretty special off the bench.
Well, it all started in practice, in mid-January there. He before it showed up on the court, he was doing it a couple weeks in practice before that. He had a little bit of a bad period there in December and early January, just wasn't getting much done, and he really turned it around for himself. And, he had a great game the other day, but he's been playing pretty consistent. He has played pretty well here down the stretch, and it's been a big reason we've made another jump. I think we've made solid progress, and I think our last jump has been because of Carlos and his athleticism.
You guys playing pretty good the last couple of weeks here. Do you feel you can get even better here this next week?
Well, we have to. We have to continue to improve, and hopefully, this LA will be, 3 games for us where we get better. But we just, you got to play well that first one to get to the second one, and that first one's always a dangerous game. So, we're going to have to be ready to go.
And you talked about that a couple times. Is there anything you'll try to do Thursday different than a normal game?
No. We'll go hard on Tuesday and Wednesday. Trying to keep our guys game ready. I'm not going to back off. We've got to get that first one before we move. So we'll practice pretty hard all 3 days, getting ready for that first game.
What are
the advantages, disadvantages?
Where were you guys practiced on?
We're still making arrangements. I think one day we're going to practice at a high school, and one day USC or something. So Josh has been on that, and I think he's got everything lined up for us.
What are some of the advantages and disadvantages to playing a team again on Thursday that you just saw the previous weekend?
Oh, I don't know. It's the same for them, same for us. Obviously the scouting report's a little bit more, current in the guys' mind. But they just saw us, we just saw them. So I'm not sure. There's no advantage, disadvantage. It's just hopefully we'll be ready to go. And Colorado's a tough matchup for us because their bigs are so mobile. Present some different problems for us. So we'll have to match up and play well.
The conference that we've talked about did not do so well out of conference early on. A lot of teams have grown them since then. Do you feel like maybe this conference is better than maybe what the national perception is?
Oh, I do. But no one cares what I think. But I do. I think there are a lot of teams playing a lot better basketball now, and we're one of them. We were not a good basketball team in November and December, and I said that. But we are much improved, and DeVoe Joseph's been a big reason for that. But we're playing so much better together now, and that's a lot of guys just making progress, and are set. So offensively, the ball's moving much better than it did in November or December, even January. So we've made tremendous progress, and I know a lot of other teams have also. So our league is better, regardless of what some people may say. And I think our teams will do well in postseason, but we'll just have to wait and see.
No, it's not for you to decide, but do you feel like you're a tournament team at this point?
Well, it isn't for me to decide, and I don't claim to have a great feel for all the other conferences. Do I think we are good enough to play with a lot of teams? Absolutely. But where we stack up, I don't know. I don't know the teams in the Big East. I definitely don't know the teams in some of the conferences that don't get an opportunity to play on national television as much. So, again, we just got to go play and do the best we can, and somebody will make that decision, and hopefully we'll get our chance.
How hard is it for you to keep them focused? Because, you got all us asking them about tournament, and then probably they're hearing it from their buddies. It's like, oh, you can make the tournament. How hard is it keeping them focused? Like, hey, you lose Thursday.
I don't think it'll be that hard. I think because of that awareness, they know how important the tournament is. Because everybody's asking them, I think they know how important Thursday night is, and Friday night, Saturday, hopefully. And so, yeah, I think they're pretty aware. They're a pretty intelligent group, and they all want to play, and so I think they know what they have to do.
You've coached a lot of teams and seen guys through their careers. How big of an accomplishment is it to what Garrett's done, play every game, not have an injury and ailment or sickness? Or
no, that's 4 years, and suiting up every night, and he hasn't missed any practices the last 2 years. I think he was sick maybe one day, but that's just a guy that brings it every day, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's made the progress that he's made, and he's finishing strong like he is. You've got to work and prepare yourself to do that. And he's worked through some ups and downs, and really happy that he's finishing strong. I'd like him to experience the NCAA tournament, because I think that's why he came here. And so hopefully those guys, will get that opportunity. As a coach, you get a lot of opportunities, and been there a few times, and you just want the guys to have that opportunity to experience that at least once in their career also.
Thanks.
Thanks. All righty.